Hi everybody, how are you all? Hope all's going well. Let me know in the comments if you want. So I haven't made a video in a long time because I moved. Phew! And I moved myself all by car. So I took about 8 weeks to move myself completely by car. So I just moved. I moved my own self. I mean, nobody helped me. And I did it all by car. It took me like 8 weeks, but I was working and stuff. So maybe I could have done it faster. But anyway, back to this video. So today I'm going to be talking about the GoPro sleeve with lanyard, and you can get these in different for different models. So I guess you can get them for like the Hero 8, the Hero 9, Hero 10, and then the Hero 5, 6, and 7. I don't really know, but I can figure that. I mean, you could just figure that out pretty obviously by checking, you know. But the one I got, because the older stuff is going to become unavailable. It's becoming increasingly rare, I think. So I got the one for the GoPro Hero 5, 6, and 7. So I have the GoPro Hero 5 black, and I have the Hero 7 black. Maybe it just comes in black only. But I also have the Hero 8, and I haven't gotten the 9 or the 10. I don't know if I ever will. I'm pretty satisfied with what I have right now. But I might get the lanyard with sleeve for the GoPro Hero 8 later, but because that's a later model, that is not as rare of an item to get the sleeve and lanyard. So basically, I just want to show you, I got this. This is what it looks like. It's in this box. And on the box, it says sleeve plus lanyard black. Well, so I ordered this online, and I picked it up in person from Best Buy in Fairview Heights, Illinois. And so it says here on the back, it says compatible with Hero 6 black, Hero 5 black, but it's also actually compatible with the Hero 7 black. So this particular packaging wasn't like produced until after. Let me think. This packaging was produced before the Hero 7 came out, but later you could get the same item with different packaging, and it would come out. I mean, it would show, you know, the Hero 7 on the box too. So let me take this out. I've opened the box before, and I've looked at it, but I've never tried to put the GoPro in it. So I know I've wasted a lot of time. Here's what it looks like. It's black, and it's got a nice lanyard. So on one end, it's got this little thing here. I don't know what the heck this is. I'm not going to mess around with it too much, but it's pretty solid plastic, okay? And then this part is adjustable. It's got this little thing. I don't know if you can see that. See that? And you can slide it up to make it better for like fitting around your neck, or you can take it off and you can slide it up, and then it's more tight on your wrist. But I'm going to show you all some really cool tricks to get around this, so you don't actually have to get this thing. But on this end, it's got a little thing, and it loops into this. So here's what's really cool. Can you see this? It's looped into the GoPro receptacle, but you can take it out, and you can actually use this on another camera. Any camera. It doesn't have to be for a GoPro. So you slide this out. In fact, it may have come. So I'm going to detach this. I know I'm taking a long time, but I got some really cool stuff to say. So let me just do that. So I'm sliding this out, so you could take it out of the black thing here. And that's exactly what I'm doing right now. So this is, see, I want you to see closely. I'm not going to do it all the way because I got stuff to do with you. But look at this. See, and you can just, this is everything's reversed because it's on camera, but you can slide that right out. And once you slide that out, it's out. Okay. So let me go ahead and re-slide that in. I'm sorry this video is taking so long because I got some really cool stuff to talk about. And I haven't made a video in like, I don't know, like around 8 or 9 months. So I didn't practice or anything. I just kind of got my stuff together that I want to show you all. So it's really easy. You just keep sliding it through here, and it's just going to go. It's really self-explanatory if you get this. Okay, so there it is. So it's in there. See that? I got it in there again. Okay, so I have taken this out of the box, and let me show it to you carefully. So it says, I guess it's upside down. Okay, so it says GoPro on it. Does this thing actually focus? I guess if you get too close, it's out of focus. But I'm talking about the camera I'm using. I'm using a tablet camera. I'm using a tablet to make this video, but apparently you just pop it into the back. It's so black that it's hard to see. But let me get my camera and I will show you how to do this. I got my camera right here. So I have the 7 And you can get this for the 8, 9, 10, whatever. I have the 7, but I'm going to use the Hero 5 black because that's like the basic GoPro and it's easiest to understand. So I've never tried this before, but apparently you just slip it right in, right? So I'm going to do this for us, for me, for the first time ever, and for you all too. So I think you just kind of work it in there, and it seems to be going in. Okay, so I don't want to break anything. I'm just going to try to be really gentle, but without touching that lens at the same time. I hope. Let me get the lens in first. All right, so I've popped that back in there. Actually, it's not that easy to put in. All right, I don't want to break this thing. Okay, so right up that tells me though that it's going to be a really good snug fit once I do get it in. It's not going in very easily because it's tight. It's a really tight fit, okay? But I don't want to break this. It's probably not going to break, man. If I break this thing before I ever use it, I'm going to be upset. Okay, it seems to be gradually going in, maybe. All right, so I'm still working on it. I just want to tell you, it's not that easy to get in, but I'm starting to slowly get it in, and you just kind of have to work on it. And there, I just got it. Okay, so now it's in there. It almost seems to make some of the camera waterproof, actually. So it's kind of snug, but so this is my first time using it, so I got it on, right? Now, I'm sorry this video is taking so long, but I got some really cool stuff I want to show you. Now, this GoPro, I mean, it's cool. I mean, I don't know, I want to test it out. So if you wanted to like walk around, right, and you had it on your wrist, you could snug it up a little bit. You don't want to cut off your circulation, but and then loop it around your hand a few times or whatever. So you could kind of just have it while you're walking, and then you don't have to like goof around and get it out of your case or anything, and then you just flip it around and say, okay, I'm ready. Now this is funny, okay? I was actually expecting it to be on the other side. That would be easier for me because I'm right-handed. So this thing goes in back of the camera, and then that means it's going to be, you got to let it hang down so it doesn't get in front of the screen. Okay, so I'm learning this. I'm just telling you as I am discovering this, all right? So I'm kind of like you, like if you were just unboxing this and trying it out, okay, it didn't take too long to work it in there. I was afraid of ripping or tearing this thing apart, but you basically, and I don't really know how easy it's going to be to get it out either, but I assume if you're careful and take your time that you can get this out without tearing this sleeve, is what they call it. All right, now, let me say something else. It's got perforations like holes and stuff for the sound and the microphones and all that stuff. All right, so there's a hole, 1, 2, 3 holes, 3 or 4 holes. So at least one for each microphone and then one for the sound to come out, something like that. So it's got all the holes, and the back is wide open so you can see your screen. All right, but what I don't like already is the fact that this is on the left side of the camera when you're holding it in front of you to like take a photo or a video. I'd rather have it attached on the right side, but you know, you can still give enough play so that it hangs down and it's not going to get in front of your lens or in front of your screen. But if it were on the right side, then you could have it like more tight like this. See, it wouldn't have to go underneath. It would just be like right there. Okay, so that's the thing I wanted to say. But basically, let me just kind of heft this thing around and see what it would feel like. So if I were just walking along, right, and it slipped out of my hand, I have this tight enough it would not fall to the ground, but it's kind of long. It's got some play to it. So if you got something like, you know, it almost goes to the ground when my arm is straight down. Now that's not such a good thing, but if you loop it through your hand once, you can kind of walk with it and kind of just have this GoPro in your hand ready. Like if you're just walking around ready, this is like some added security. So if it slips out of your hand, it's not going to go to the ground, even though these GoPros are pretty durable. And another thing I can tell you right off is this sleeve adds some bumper. It's almost like a smartphone case. It adds some bumper protection to it. So this sleeve is doubly, except it doesn't do anything to protect the lens, and it protects the back a little bit. But it's almost like a little smartphone case, except for that front lens protruding. This is like bouncy rubber, so it's kind of thick. So that's like an extra bit of protection that you're getting with this sleeve, is what they call it. I'm going to start calling it a case because it's almost like a smartphone case. So this is pretty cool. Now, let me show you something else that's really cool, though. So it's going to take me a minute. So let me just turn off the photo because I got to get my stuff ready. And if I got to set all this stuff up, you're just going to be like, well, actually, I could just do it because I need to find out while I'm with you how easy this thing is to get out of the sleeve. So let's try it and see if I can get it out of the sleeve without like tearing the sleeve. And actually, it's easier to get it out than it is to get it in. I can tell you that right now. So we're trying this out together. And I'm sorry if this is like a long video, but in a way you're like me, so you're sharing this experience, you know, like what would, you know, instead of like somebody coming on and making a video who's like tried this out and knows everything about it and is like a super hot pro at using this and, you know, but if it's like somebody who's never done this before, which is me, which is I've never done this before, you can get the idea. So I'm still working with it as I'm talking, but I don't want to tear it or anything, but it's coming off slowly, I think. So it's not like, it's funny. All right, I think I'm just gonna, yeah, here it comes. So apparently it's coming off, but it's not the easiest thing in the world to get off, I can tell you that. And I don't want to mess this thing up, but I think I'm gonna get it off without any real problems. Okay, so it's off. I got it off. So there's the camera, there's the sleeve. Now there's something I want to show you that's different. It's going to take me not too long, really. I'm just going to bend down. Instead of like turning off the video, this is going to be all one continuous video. So let me set this GoPro down. And I'm going to show you how you can work around this. And without actually, I want to show you two really cool things. Because I just thought of another one. Let me get something off the floor here. Okay, so I've had this ready. So what I'm going to do now, I got to get this out of my, what they call waist pack or something. But I have the GoPro cage here. And on this cage, you can get these from GoPro or third party, or they come with some tripods. This is an adapter that turns your GoPro into a tripod. Now, that's not going to be the point, but I have this on my GoPro cage for a reason, and that is I can loop a substitute thing around it. First, let me put my GoPro in the cage, and I have to use the bathroom. I didn't plan this out. You know, I'm just making this video just like it's me, right? It's not like fake-o, you know, it's all prepared and everything. This is, okay. So anyway, this is just a spontaneous video I wanted to make. I mean, I thought about it, but... Okay, so I got the GoPro in the cage. Now check this out. This you can screw onto a tripod, but that's not going to be my point. There's another thing I want to introduce, and let me get it out here. Okay, I just found it. Okay, it's on the floor. So this is like a camera. This is a strap to like a camera case, a really flimsy little... Oh, it's actually not too weak, but it's thin. Now you could take this if you wanted to and loop it through the bottom of this round thing like this, just any old way you want really, but let me just kind of show you what I'm doing, about the same way you would attach. Let me loop this, actually let me get this going. So there's a few different ways you could do it, but basically the idea is you can hook that onto this and then loop it around your wrist, and you've got something there that's going to be, let me see how to do this. Okay, so you've got something that would be effective without having to buy the GoPro lanyard sleeve thing from GoPro, or, yeah, I mean, you know, a GoPro item. Gosh, I have to use the bathroom. Anyway, let me get this on. So you see what I'm doing? I'm kind of just looping it through here. Now, once this is on, right, it's looped on. See that? Now you can take this and put it on your neck, or you can, you know, like have it around your wrist a bunch of times, see, like that. And so you've got that, and it's really cool. I mean, you've got it. You know, you don't have to buy the GoPro lanyard and sleeve. You've got this thing on your wrist or on your neck or whatever the heck you want to do. And it's not going to fall to the ground, and you can goof around with it that way. Now, there's one more thing I want to show you that's cool, that's really cool. But it's with a Sony action camera, but it's basically the same idea. Let me get that out. So here's one more thing. Did I bring that along? I'm sorry, I don't have that with me. Well, let me pause the video because I've got to go to the bathroom anyway. I just can't hold it anymore. Sorry. Okay, hi everybody, I'm back. Now, I've gone to the restroom, that's fine. Let me show you something else. Now, I'll start off with the Sony action camera. So this is the Sony HDR AS20. Now, I bought this camera strap. I actually got a set of 3. They're really super cheap. But the way this is, so with the Sony case, you have this little thing on the side, 2 little holes, one on each side, that lets you loop a camera strap in. So if you can see, like I said, if this gets too close, it won't focus, but you can pull this in there like the way I did it. Can you see how that's in there? And I'm loosening it a little bit. So basically, you see how that? You can just, instead of buying the lanyard for the GoPro and the sleeve, you can just do this, but you can also do it with your GoPro cage. I'll show you in a minute how, but this is just Sony, right? So this is really cheap. I think I got about like 3 of these, a set of 3 for around $5. This is sort of plasticky, but you can get better ones like from Nikon, or you used to be able to. They were like woven, really nice woven nylon. And they're all kind of the same on the end. But this thing, now the good thing is, let me show you something really neato. So you can also do this, like, so once you have this on your wrist, right, then you can just kind of carry it around like a camera. And, you know, then when you're ready to like shoot a photo or start do a video, you just have it on your wrist. And if it falls, you know, you've got a little bit of protection, you know, or it's just not going to slip out of your hand and fall as easily. Now, let me take this off because I want to show you what the GoPro has. I still have this on the GoPro, remember this? But so that's still on there, but let me show you something cool. So if I take this thumb screw, they call it, and unscrew it, and take this mount off, okay, you're going to be left with the cage, and this cage has, see the holes? So this cage comes with a way to loop that little hand strap that's on the Sony action camera. You can loop that. See how it's looped on the Sony? You could loop it through your GoPro cage holes on the bottom, and then you've got a way to basically, you know, use any kind of strap on a GoPro. And you don't even need to buy a camera strap. You could probably make your own little strap. So that's my gift to you is, as long as you have a GoPro cage, and like the later models, like the 8 and later, they have these folding out fingers is what they call them, but they would also have this hole in it. See the hole? So you could just loop any wrist strap through it. So basically, you don't really have to get the the lanyard, you know, or if you want to use the lanyard, right? So let's say you want to use the lanyard, but without the sleeve, you can remove the lanyard from the sleeve and then put the lanyard on your cage, or on the later models through, you know, the GoPro fingers that fold down and out and down, and you've basically got it. Or, you know, there's so many combinations, right? Lots of different stuff. But what I'm saying is you don't really have to buy the GoPro lanyard with sleeve. So that's a way to save you that trouble. But I mean, I kind of like the GoPro culture and buying the GoPro stuff. You know, I don't go into every little thing they've got or every big thing, but I've got a few GoPro accessories. I've got the head mount, which I've never even opened up, but I've got the bicycle mount, which also you can put on all kinds of like tubular things, like a stick or something. I've got those two. I don't really have a lot of GoPro stuff that I'm aware of, but I got some Sony accessories too. Anyway, well, I guess I should wrap this up, but let me talk about my own self. So I graduated with my master's degree, and it says it in my video description, but since I last made a video, I've graduated with my master's in applied communication studies. My emphasis was, or is, interpersonal communication, but I took 3 electives in public relations, and now I'm working on a post-baccalaureate certificate in integrative studies in the subjects of public relations and political science. I got my 2nd bachelor's in political science. That's all in my video description, but I'm just keeping you up to date. I'm working and going to school, and in fact, I have an assignment due that I'm going to be working on before long, but it's getting late. It's definitely after midnight at some time in the morning, but I'm all good. I moved, but I'm well. All is well. I'm into exercising as always, and I want to thank you all for your wonderful time and attention. And like I said, this was a very spontaneous video. It's not like I planned it up and I had everything, like I knew what I was going to do. You know, I mean, I kind of thought about it, but it was not, this is like real life more, because I'm not like doing a lot of editing or, you know, this is all continuous, right? So want to thank you. Thanks so much. Have a really super time. And I'm just going to, I'm going to turn it off. But thanks so much. Have a really super time. Thank you. Thank you very much.